science guy.
Hello, I'm Jill Nye, the thyroid guy, and today I'm going to be telling you about thyroid function. We're going to be talking about dysfunctions of the thyroid, such as hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, and the extreme complications like thyroid storm. And then we're going to go into possible treatment regimens for each of those complications.
The thyroid gland, located on the larynx in front of the thyroid cartilage, also known as the Adam's apple. It communicates with the parathyroid glands, which lie just above and behind it. These glands are made up of cells that are responsible for maintaining adequate levels of calcium in the extracellular fluid, primarily by mobilizing calcium from bone. Calcitonin lowers calcium levels by inhibiting bone breakdown. It is responsible for the secretion of 3 hormones, essential for the proper regulation of metabolism: T4, T3, and calcitonin. To make thyroid hormone, you need to maintain adequate iodine in the diet. Dietary iodine can be found in iodized table salt, multivitamins containing iodine, in cheese, eggs, meat, and especially fish and kelp. The thyroid hormones are involved in a wide variety of processes. They regulate the basal metabolic rate, they are essential for normal growth and development, lipid and carb metabolism, controlling the heat regulating system in the brain, and have various effects on the cardiovascular, endocrine, and neuromuscular systems. Let's go back to Jill and look at how these hormones are secreted and used by the body.
Thanks, Nia. Now we're going to go into the 2 different types of feedback loops that the thyroid functions off of. First, we have the positive feedback loop. The positive feedback loop lets the hypothalamus know that you have a low circulating amount of thyroid hormones. The hypothalamus then stimulates the release of the thyroid releasing hormone, which sends a message to the anterior pituitary gland telling it to release thyroid stimulating hormone. Once thyroid stimulating hormone is released, it goes to the thyroid telling it to start stimulating and secreting thyroid hormones. But the thyroid cannot secrete these hormones unless it has enough iodine. Iodine helps synthesize these hormones so that they can be secreted by the thyroid. Once iodine goes to the thyroid, it stimulates and synthesizes the release of T3 and T4. T3 and T4 go into the bloodstream and they bind to proteins. If they bind to proteins, they go to organs in your body and help those organs function. If they do not bind to proteins, then you have free thyroid hormones in the bloodstream. Now we're going to go to our negative feedback loop. Negative feedback loop is about the opposite. When you have too much free thyroid hormones in the bloodstream, it tells the hypothalamus to stop secreting thyroid releasing hormone, which stops the entire process of those thyroid hormones being stimulated and secreted. Oh, hey there again. Now that we've gone over thyroid function, we're going to go into the dysfunctions of the thyroid. First, we're going to be looking at hypothyroidism.
In hypothyroidism, thyroid hormone cannot be formed or released, causing an increase in TSH and a decrease in T3, T4, and free T4. Clinical manifestations are goiter, cold intolerance, lethargy, and signs and symptoms of a low metabolic rate. Mixed edema is severe, long-standing, non-pitting, boggy edema, and involves the loss of mental physical stamina. Mixed edema coma, a medical emergency, is a diminished level of consciousness associated with severe hypothyroidism. Signs and symptoms are decreased level of consciousness, hypoglycemia, hypothermia, hypoventilation, and hypotension. Lactic acidosis can occur from lack of O2 and perfusion.
Hey, now we're going to get a sneak peek into Shannon's life, and she lives with hypothyroidism every day.
I just don't want this at all. It does not sound good. Hey Mom, I haven't pooped in a week. I'm gonna die!
we've gone over hypothyroidism, let's take a look at hyperthyroidism.
Hyperthyroidism is caused by overactive function of the thyroid. There is a decrease in TSH due to thyroid-stimulating immunoglobulins, which are antibodies your immune system mistakenly creates and mimics TSH. This causes an increase in T3, T4, and free T4. This mimics a sympathetic stimulation which causes the following clinical manifestations: weight loss, tachycardia, which can lead to heart failure, heat intolerance, sweaty palms, diarrhea, irritability, sleep disturbances, exophthalmos, which is protrusion of the eyeball, and pretibial myxedema.
Now we get to look at Richard's life, and he lives with hyperthyroidism every day.
Oh, good. Can you tell I'm busy in here? Diarrhea. Man, it's hot out here.
Now that we've gone over the dysfunctions of the thyroid, let's look at the treatment options for both of those. First, let's look at hypothyroidism.
Hi Shannon, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. So tell me about some of your symptoms. What brought you in today?
Well, I've been feeling really tired, very cold all the time, as you can see the mittens, and I haven't pooped in a week, muscle weakness, and look at this weight gain. Like, I don't even feel hungry, I'm not eating that much, and like, whew, a lot of pounds here.
Okay, we did get your results back, so we know you do have hypothyroidism. So that explains some of those symptoms. We're going to start you on Synthroid. This is a T4 hormone to replace your thyroid. We're going to start you on a low dose of 25 micrograms. It has a long half-life, so you can take this once a day. It works the same way as your endogenous hormone. It's going to increase your oxygen consumption, increase your metabolic rate, and your overall cell growth.
Oh, alright, nice.
The black box warning for this is to not use it for weight loss because in high doses it can cause toxicity.
And then just watch out for some adverse effects. Could be tachycardia, dysrhythmias, chest pain, and weight loss. Another treatment option for hypothyroidism is desiccated thyroid. It's a natural thyroid hormone from a pig or cow, and the black box warning is that it leads to toxicity in large doses.
Now we're going to look into hyperthyroidism treatment.
Hi Richard, is it too bright in here? Why are you wearing your glasses?
Oh, my eyes have just been so big, they're bulging out, so I'm too embarrassed to take off my glasses.
Okay, what other symptoms have you been feeling?
I've been sweating a lot, I've had a lot of diarrhea, I've just been having mood swings, like getting really annoyed at everything, and my shins are really swollen and puffy, I can't stop eating, I just haven't felt like myself.
Okay, well that does explain some of your symptoms. We know you have hyperthyroidism. So I'm going to suggest that you start BTU. It's an anti-thyroid agent. It's going to inhibit the synthesis of your thyroid hormone so you're not overproducing it. We're going to start you on 100 milligrams a day, and it may take about 2 weeks for you to see effects.
Okay.
This drug can cause severe liver injury and acute liver failure. That's the black box warning.
So some adverse effects we want you to watch out for: bone marrow, liver toxicity, leukopenia, and possible weight gain.
Oh, I really don't want to gain any weight. Is there any other drugs I could take?
We could start you on methimazole, but this could also lead to weight gain.
Another treatment for hyperthyroidism is methimazole. It has less side effects, there's no black box warning, but you can't take it when you're pregnant because it's teratogenic.
I don't think I want to take either of those. I just really don't want to gain weight. Is there anything else I can do?
Yeah, other treatment options we have for you can do surgical ablation, where we're taking out parts of your thyroid or the entire thyroid itself. But with this, you have to be aware that it could lead to hypothyroidism, and this is multiple surgeries. We can also do radioactive iodine therapy. This is used for cancer. Usually it kills all your thyroid cells, and it's toxic, so it leads to isolation. Both treatments have its downfall, and it's a guessing game.
I don't think I want to do any of those. I guess I'll try taking my pills, but if I gain too much weight, I'm not going to keep taking them.
It's important to know that if you're
hyperthyroidism gets out of control, it'll lead to a sympathetic crisis called thyrotoxic storm.
What's that?
Thyrotoxic storm is a dangerous life-threatening condition caused by uncontrolled hyperthyroidism. Patients present with tachycardia, hyperthermia, agitation, delirium, and can have fluid depletion. Treatment for this is to add steroids to the hyperthyroidism treatment regimen.
Wow, doesn't that sound scary? Well, now that we've gone over thyroid function, hypothyroidism, and hyperthyroidism, you can obviously see how the dysfunctions of the thyroid can cause some big issues in everyday life, especially after following Shannon and Richard's journey. Well, thanks for watching, and remember, I'm Jill Nye, the Thyroid Guy.
Jill Nye, the Science Guy.